Hi guys, I'm Emily, here along with Sean, Ava, and Ella, and today we're going to be talking about NFL underdogs. I think there's a lot of NFL teams each season that you could be like, oh, these are the underdogs of this season. But just to start us off today, I would like to talk about someone who I would consider to be the underdog of the whole NFL, and that would be the Lions. In 2008, they had a completely winless season. I think when I used to think about the Lions, I would consider them like the JV of the NFL, if you will. It was kind of like, oh, you're playing the Lions, like you automatically get a win. But in the last couple of years, they have sort of really gotten a lot better and have really become a competitive team.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at their records from years ago, you can clearly tell why they would be considered underdogs, but you definitely see the rise of the Lions and how they get better. In 2022, they had a record of 9-8, 2023, 12-5, 2024, 15-2. So you could see they significantly went up, whether that's because of coaching, like Dan Campbell clearly valued his players and the way that they played. Just a lot of factors could go into why they went up significantly.
The Lions also did lose their offensive coordinator, so there was kind of some uncertainty of the season, but they did just significantly beat Ben Johnson and the Chicago Bears, giving Goff a little more confidence, and the team overall confidence increased.
Yeah, Goff had an insane game on Sunday. He threw for 334 yards and had 5 touchdowns, so that's a lot of improvement compared to the first game when they lost to the Packers, which I don't know about anybody else, but I personally really did not see that one coming.
I don't think anyone did. The Packers, again, have not had the best records. They've been, like, the past couple of years, like, not doing as well as they used to, but they seem to be doing a little bit better now, so.
Yes.
Yeah, I think these first couple of games, there's been a lot of teams, honestly, that have done a lot better than anyone expected. Sean, do you want to go into that a little bit?
So there has been a few standout teams in my eyes. For week 1, it was definitely the Chargers. They faced the defending AFC champs, the Kansas City Chiefs. You know, they've made the Super Bowl so many times in the 2020s, so you'd think they'd be able to win against the divisional opponent that they've been able to beat all the time. They were favored by 3 points, and they lost by 6. The Chargers' offense and defense just looked really good, and they also won again in week 2. They're now 2-0. Week 2, the Seahawks, they were projected to lose coming into the week, and then they won by 16 points. Then, by far, I think the most surprising team in the first 2 weeks is definitely the Colts. They've been really lackluster in the 2020s. They made the playoffs in 2020 with an 11-5 record. Since then, they've just been like kind of mid. Also really not that good for one of their seasons, but they start the season 2-0. Daniel Jones has looked really good. They've been able to beat the Dolphins and the Broncos, and I mean, look at the differential points, 33-8 against the Dolphins. They were, and then projected to lose to the Broncos, hit a game-winning field goal, so it's really surprising.
Yeah, I usually take my picks for every game, and all of these games I was wrong. But I'm very happy that the Chiefs are currently 0-2.
Yes.
I think this is great. And overall, typically I would say I'm more of like a college football fan because I think there's more upsets and there's more like uncertainty as to who's going to win a game. But in the past, there's been a lot of like, oh, like the NFL's a little predictable. And so far this season, it hasn't really been like that. So I'm very excited to see sort of how this NFL season progresses. But, okay, out of these teams we've talked about today, or any other underdog team that you want to bring up, who do you think, if someone's going to, like, make it really far, what team do you think it's going to be?
I mean, my heart wants to say the New York Jets, but we all know that's not going to happen. I have to say I'm very impressed by the Packers and the way that they've been playing. They've had some great defense, especially against the game against the Commanders. They always had pressure on the QB, which was very, very nice. They just look like a very powerful team considering that it's only like week 2, week 3 now. So
I have to also agree with the Packers. Them gaining Micah Parsons has really showed some aggression, and also the rise of Jordan Love.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I'd also have to say the Packers. I mean, they've just looked extremely good, really coming into this season high as they made the playoffs last season, so continue to run with it.
Yeah, I fear this is against everything that I would ever want to say. If the Eagles don't win, I would hope it would be the Lions, but I do believe that the Packers will have a very successful season. They look really good, and honestly, I'm excited to see how the rest of the season goes.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys very much for watching. That's all we have today. And we'll be back in 2 weeks on September 30th. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.